Hello and welcome to Study with Sudhir, your digital classroom. I am TS Sudhir. Will the 21-day national lockdown be lifted on the morning of the 15th of April? That's a big question that many in India across different states are asking at this point in time. Will India be back to business after about 8 days from now? And will the exams that had been postponed in the month of March be held anytime soon? Right? These are some of the questions that many of you have been asking, and the answer to all the above questions from all indications available so far is no. N-O, no. And I'll tell you exactly why. Last week, after a meeting of Chief Ministers with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Maharashtra CM Uddhav Thackeray tweeted, and I quote, that Modi has said that the state government should not lift the lockdown immediately from 15th of April. Mark the words, not lift the lockdown immediately from 15th of April, but it should happen in phases and precautions should be taken that there is no crowding. These are the exact words from the tweet of Uddhav Thackeray. That's also because Maharashtra along with Tamil Nadu as on date has recorded a very high number of cases, and Mumbai in particular remains a worry. Number two, yesterday on Monday evening, Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao suggested to Prime Minister Narendra Modi that the national lockdown ought to be extended beyond 15th April by at least 1 week or 2 weeks. KCR said that the only way to fight coronavirus pandemic is by a lockdown and social distancing. Number three, Uttar Pradesh Additional Chief Secretary in charge of Home, Avinash Awasthi, said the lockdown, and listen to these words very carefully, the lockdown will not be lifted, will not be removed till a single person with coronavirus strain is still in the state of Uttar Pradesh. So, I've quoted to you two chief ministers, one very senior IAS officer talking about when the lockdown, or at least indicating when the lockdown could be lifted, or at least whether the lockdown can be lifted on the 15th of April, and all indications, as I said, are no, they won't be. So we have not heard the final word on this, of course, because the decision will be taken by the Union Cabinet and by Prime Minister Modi in particular, but it's obvious that political consensus and also administrative opinion is building towards an extension of the lockdown. And why is that? Because states know that people will get back to work on the morning of the 15th if the lockdown is indeed removed, either of their own volition or because companies, especially private companies, will put pressure on them that they need to get back to their work. And if offices are open, if commercial establishments are open, if educational institutions are open, if examinations are held pretty soon after the 15th of April, social distancing, what we have been practicing for what now, about 2 weeks now, a little less than 2 weeks now, will go for a toss. And given the fact that testing for coronavirus has not been extensive in India so far, the threat of spread within the community will become very, very real. The phase 3 that most people have been talking about, and the curve cannot be flattened anymore. I'll give you the quote of one more eminent person, eminent doctor, Dr. Devi Shetty from Bengaluru, has said that the coronavirus pandemic, and I quote, may peak in end of April or the beginning of May. That's Dr. Devi Shetty's opinion, and he believes India is at least 1 month behind USA as far as the extent of the pandemic is concerned, and we know the kind of havoc, the kind of emotional havoc the virus is actually creating in the USA. I will now give you a fifth opinion, this one coming from Boston Consulting Group. It has estimated that the peak of new cases is expected in India in the 3rd week of June, and therefore it expects the lockdown to be lifted only between week 4 of June and the 2nd week of September. So no one at this point in time, I've listed out for you 5 different eminent voices, and all 5 of them, none of them is actually saying that the lockdown should be removed, should be lifted on the 15th of April. So what happens to your exams then? Now, there is no way exams can be held within April if the lockdown continues for at least a week or 2. especially if the political, administrative, health and management voices are all talking in the same voice. So the best way to ensure, and also CBSE, mind you, has said that they will give at least a 10-day notice for the exams to be held. So you are not looking at a timetable within the month of April as it looks right now. So the best way for you students is to ensure is you do not waste your time. I've seen far too many comments saying we are feeling very worried, we are feeling very bored, we don't know what to do. Well, I think there is a lot for you to do, because look at this period as an invaluable opportunity to pick up a new skill, revise your 10th class portion for a couple of hours every day. Start studying for the 11th class syllabus, because many of you would have actually taken admission for class 11 in an ICSE school or a CBSE school or the IB school or the state board school. So you know exactly what is your syllabus, and it's not very difficult to find the chapters on the net, or you could always borrow it from any of your neighbors, senior neighbors who have passed out of class 11. So that is not something very difficult. Where there is a will, there is always a way. Many of you also complain of fatigue, which in my opinion is a very negative way of looking at things. As I said, this is a great opportunity for you, because remember 2020-21 academic year is going to be hugely disrupted irrespective of when the classes actually begin. There is going to be a sea change in the manner in which studies are going to be conducted in this particular academic year 2020-21. So divide your day into a significant amount of time for class 10, because those 3 to 4 papers are still left. They may or may not happen. We don't know. I don't think anyone knows at this point in time, because it's a very dynamic situation we are in. Things are changing almost on a day-to-day basis, and this particular week is going to be very critical in deciding when India is able to overcome this situation successfully. Okay, a couple of hours for your ICSE class 10 syllabus, a few hours for your class 11 syllabus. As I said, pick up a new skill, learn something new, talk to different people so that you get different thoughts, read a lot. There are so many things you can do. Do not complain of boredom or fatigue. I think that's the last thing 15, 16-year-olds should actually be doing. If the government thinks the exams can be held, you're sure to get some advance notice. Just like the CBSE, the ICSE will also give advance notice. And remember, yours are not the only exams which have been affected. Entrance examinations, premier entrance examinations like IIT, JEE have been affected. NEET has been affected. So there are many more where many more lakhs of students actually have been affected because of the coronavirus pandemic as well. And we are in a very, very difficult situation at this point in time all over the world, not just in India, but all over the world. So position as of now is this. I hope I have made that very clear, and you should be aware of as people who are going to vote in a couple of years, as I always say. So you should be aware of the situation in the country and in the world, the developing situation as it is happening. Your exams are not going to be held in a hurry anytime soon, at least not in the next 3 weeks for certain, maybe not even in April, but whenever they are held, you should be well prepared. That should be your goal. That should be your aim at this point in time. Thank you very much for watching.